Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday Night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show.
Customers, did she subscribe?
Right.
I know she's down on YouTube.
Representing from the Boondocks. What up, Jobo?
Hello, what's up? Happy Wednesday.
What up? She repping her Hey Sister Soldier look right now. Everybody give it up for Bunny. What's happening, Bunny?
What up? Happy hump day.
T-Bone, what's going on, brother?
I'm back, and I don't know about better than ever, but I'm back.
What is going on, party people? It is your Wednesday Night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. I am your boy Smooth. I think that may be on the highlight reel tape. And we're glad that you are tuning in live along with the millions
And millions
of the platform sports talk show fans on once again your Wednesday Night Sports Delight.
Really?
Or
Brinks truck backing up in his driveway with
There you go.
97 million. There you go.
all you hear is this.
Always somebody who's doing something to give back and letting the next generation.
Say
Don't
straight.
have me tear up on here.
Come on now, don't have me tear up. You know I get emotional.
But people watching around the world, no pressure. And we already have our favorite fan, Ms. Williams, saying welcome, Brandon.
Well, how are you, Ms. Williams?
A guy who tried to give it his all and put on for the city, to be truthful. Because like I said, I'm St. Louis die hard.
The views of Smooth does not reflect the Platform Sports Talk Show or its sponsors.
What's going on, everyone? It is your boy Smooth. I am back, still trying to recuperate from an amazing vacation, celebrate my birthday, which went down this past Sunday. Went to Jamaica. If y'all saw the promo, if not, go on to the social media pages and check out the promo from Jamaica that I did. It was probably the best promo ever made in the history of promos. But besides all that, the Platform Sports Talk Show, your Wednesday Night Sports Delight. It feels good to be back. I need everyone right now to go ahead and get them likes, get them shares going, because we have another incredible show in store. And I thought that when I came back in town or in the country yesterday, or should I say really this morning, that I may not have followed a few things. But, you know, with sports, you always find a way to find something out. And I look forward to talking about that and so much more. Before I bring on the panel, of course, I got to go ahead and put in all the plugs and everything, right? Because once again, this is your Wednesday Night Sports Delight. So make sure y'all check us out. Let me remove this screen here so I can see it for myself. And there we go. Okay, so make sure y'all check us out. We everywhere, y'all. Facebook, go to the Platform Sports Talk Show. On the X, we at 314 Sports Talk. Be on Instagram at Platform Sports Talk. Shoot us an email, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. And the reason why we asked about that is that if there is someone that you feel would be an incredible guest to have their stories told in regards to sports, maybe there's a big time ball player, local, national, whatever it is. We want to have their stories told on our show. And when we get these people on the show, it truly do be, excuse me, an amazing conversation that they're able to open up and just really keep things 100 with us. So we want to keep on doing that. So shoot us an email, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. Also, we on YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe, and click on that bell so anytime we go live, you will be notified. And we're also on Hot 365 Radio, where it is always hot. Go to their website, just put in Hot 365 Radio. You will see, of course, the website. And I'm sorry, not the website, but you also see the logo and so much more. So hot365radio.com. They also have an app. Go to your iOS and on your Play Store and just put in Hot 365 Radio and you will be good to go. High definition, we sound incredible. Also, there will be a replay of this episode on Sunday, every Sunday, should I say, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. They also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Hot365 Radio. Every first Monday, Monday. See, I'm still in Jamaica, y'all. Every first Wednesday of the month, you have Ladies Night. So shouts out to the ladies, Bunny, to Michelle, to Annie, to Jobo, who'll be holding things down, doing an amazing job. Also, Coach Britt, who is busy right now for the basketball season, so you won't see her for quite some time, but best of luck to her and in regards to her season. And then every last Wednesday of the month, you have the Man Cave. So Stan, Mario, T-Bone, shouts out to him, Craig Black, Sadal, the fellas, when I say these guys, when they come together, and as the slogan says, anything can go down, and anything definitely can go down on the Man Cave. So check them out as well, y'all. We have a lot of options for y'all to enjoy. No matter what Wednesday it is, there's always something great in store for you. Even in December, when you have the Super Show, the Ladies Night crew and the Man Cave panel will be coming together. Some will be in person, some will be online, but the plan is to have everyone come in from the Ladies Night crew and the Man Cave crew and just talk sports and have great conversations. On the 4th, December the 4th, the focus will be on just pretty much freestyling it. You know what I'm saying? Just talk, have great conversations. Of course, go over some of the hot topics going on, but still just have the nice open discussion and have a great time. And then on the 18th, the plan is to really highlight the best of 2024 in different sports moments, sports teams, people, etc. So the Super Show returns December the 4th and the 18th, and it should be amazing. And then last but not least, you have my personal baby, been doing this thing for about 3 months now. Smoooth Conversations. Go on YouTube, put in Smoooth Conversations, smooth with 3 O's, and check out the show, man. A lot of great conversation with a lot of great people who are doing really big things, not just locally, but globally as well. So check that out, subscribe, click that bell as well. And that's what's going on right now, y'all, with Smoooth Productions. And speaking of which, go ahead and scan that QR code on the top right of your screen right now and be included, know what's going on, reach out, find out what's going on in regards to everything related to Smoooth Productions. Once again, that is Smoooth with 3 O's. So, boom, there you have it. It's your boy Smoooth, and I'm not alone. Up next, she holds things down from the Boondocks. Jobo, what is happening?
What up?
Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the States. I hope you had a good little trip. And I know you're all over the place because you're out of the country, but I'm just tired today. I'm just tired.
Yeah, it should be an interesting show. I look forward to it. But with sports, the great thing about it is that there's so much going on, and it should keep us going for a little while.
hmm Yep.
Making one little adjustment, then you can see my beautiful face again. All right, here we go. But yeah, so once again, just great to have you back on the show, Joe Bo. And where you go, there you go. There it is. Like I said, I'm still on Jamaica, stuff right now. So don't mind me, y'all. I miss Jamaica. But shouts out to my wife. Had an incredible time with her. Great moments, and definitely enjoyed the all inclusive. No kids, no responsibilities, just all fun. And we definitely did that. Shouts out to our favorite fan, Miss Dub, showing us love in the club.
Hey, Mr.
And I hope that you also had an amazing birthday. My birthday twin, Miss Dub. So hope that you had a wonderful time. Let us know in the comments what you did for your birthday, and hope that once again that you enjoyed it and had an incredible time. So, Jobo, like I said earlier, I know I've been gone, but the sport's still going on, and I thought I wouldn't be following up on some things, but I was able to, catch up on some things, and I wanted to go ahead and discuss it now as we get right into our first topic of the evening. You now have my attention. What sports story or stories has your attention? And I got to go ahead, Joe, and bring this out right now because it was probably the talk of the entire weekend, and it started on Friday night, and that is the fight that went down. Jake Paul and Iron Mike Tyson, and please everyone leave comments because we want to interact. We want to get your thoughts on everything regarding sports, but especially right now in regards to this conversation. So the biggest issue in regards to the fight was that it was hard to watch and enjoy the fight because this was Netflix like maybe second or third time really having like a very, very big audience to tune in, and their servers just wasn't having it. It was just too much for them to handle it. Then we get to the actual fight, in which I said this before, like because of the matchup, I knew not to take this seriously like you would if it was Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao back in a younger years. You know what I'm saying? This is a exhibition, which still sold out Cowboy Stadium, even with the roof collapsing. I don't know if you saw that, Joe.
Yeah.
But like I said, anything that includes a Paul brother, well, I'll probably say in boxing, Jake Paul, don't try to take this as if this is the best boxing match you're going to ever see. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's still an exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A 28-year-old going against a 50-some-year-old guy. Yes, we know it's Tyson. Yes, we saw all the hype training videos and a whole nine. But at the end of the day, it still was an exhibition.
We saw a lot from Mike Tyson on Friday night.
Yeah, I heard. Now I'm glad that I can say I didn't see it, but I definitely heard about it.
You didn't see retweets or anything?
I ignored it.
Oh man, yeah. It's crazy. Like I didn't see it until after the fact because it was like our internet was doing good, or I'm not even gonna say our internet. Our Netflix was doing good until about midway through the girls fight, which was the best fight of the night. And after that, it started glitching and this and that. And so our neighbor, because we were outside having a bonfire, and watching it, but our neighbor got like his daughter's iPad out and just had it through his internet and it worked. So we were all just kind of standing there watching it through an iPad. But yeah, that was afterwards I went inside and I saw a lot of Mike on socials.
And even Miss Dub agrees with you in regards to the ladies holding down. Now that was controversial because, well, I understand the Serrano lady, I believe that's the last name, was the one who everyone thought would win, and once again, I barely saw probably at the most maybe a total of 5 minutes of the whole night because first we was out kicking it, and just didn't have time to watch any sports for real, which I'm glad because this is point of a called a vacation. But that was the biggest issues. You know what I'm saying? One, the streaming, in which if you don't know, Christmas Day, the NFL will be having a game on Netflix, and it's going to be an even bigger audience watching NFL more than boxing. So Netflix need to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to fix it, so they don't have those issues coming up in regards to Christmas Day, and then the week after that, you have Monday Night Raw making their debut on Netflix too. So
yeah, they're gonna have to figure some things out. Like I said, it did fine for us all the way up until, like I said, halfway through this fight. But I don't know. It sucked. But yeah, I do think she won too. The other girl was throwing some heads. She was headbutting and stuff, and it was the one that should have won. She had a giant gash in her eyebrow area. It was disgusting. But yeah, I think she should have won too.
okay, and shouts out to my pops, my father-in-law. He's watching the show. He said that he thought that she won himself. I guess the lady who did win, people thought who shouldn't have won, actually did. So he thought that everything was right. But like I said, it sound like from what I'm understanding that was of course the better fight because it was an actual real fight. It was an exhibition in which the Tyson and Jake Paul was. And once again, I mean, for those who went there, I'm pretty sure they had an incredible time. It was a spectacle the whole night. We saw all the A-listers there. But something, Jobo, that also had the headlines for me was this right here. Said the entertainer, what the heck were you doing rocking this? While doing commentary at the boxing match. I was like, what is Said doing? Is he like getting ready for a movie role and he has to play a Nigerian
Welcome to America Part 3.
Oh my God. I was like, what is going on, Said? I mean, for what I understood, he did a good job in regards to being a commentator or provide analysis and everything in between matches or whatnot. But the look, I know what his plan was, Joe. I don't know. I have no idea what his goal was to do. Maybe he knew he'd be on Netflix and it'd be a big time thing. So he gotta, like what Miss Dub just got here on the comment, Don King lookalike. Maybe he was trying to reach his Don King level. I have no idea. But it was funny to watch.
I don't even know some of the things celebrities wear these days. I know I'm not a big fashion person. I'm just rocking sweatpants and a baggy t-shirt right now. But some of the things celebrities wear are just crazy to me. And I got one other thing to say in regards to the fight about Netflix and whatnot. It's crazy. I think there was more people watching it through AB's Instagram feed than there was actually being able to watch it on Netflix.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But every time I tuned in on my phone, or even when we got back to the resort, to the room, and I had it on the app, I didn't have any issues, any glitches or whatever. So, but like I said, I didn't watch a lot of it at all. So, but once again, it is what it is. But Netflix really have to fix their issues, and we go from there because it's gonna get even worse. And I think people were trying to like sue Netflix for the issues for the streaming
Yeah.
problems, whatever.
I mean, it would be nice, people playing their Friday nights over that big fight that they've been trying to talk about for months. If give give a little half off or let us skip a month for the holidays or something, like that's brutal.
Yeah. And see, Miss Dub said it streamed better on her computer than it did her Fire Cube. So see, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's one thing that has my attention. What about yourself, Jobo?
I know I mentioned it last week, but I'm just gonna mention Alexander Ovechkin again, just because he's on a roll. He sadly got hurt 2 nights ago. It seems like it might be a week to week type thing right now, but he's 26 goals away from tying the great one, Wayne Gretzky, and obviously 27 to beat it. The crazy thing is he is like he could do it. I'm trying to think of how I want to say. He could do it with less games played if he does beat it. I wrote it down on my phone, but as you remember, my phone is my camera now. So it was like Gretzky was like 1484 games that he scored his goals, and Ovi's at 1444 right now. So I mean, if he gets healthy, hopefully he gets back on track to how he was playing, he could beat his record and in less amount of games. And I just think it's crazy because he's 39 years old right now, and up until his injury the other night, he's been the best player in hockey like he was, back in his prime.
Yeah, and I was impressed too to see that he is how many goals away is he again?
So he's 26 goals away from tying him.
Okay, yeah. Do you feel that, even I know he had an injury during the game a couple days ago, but do you feel that this year can be the year he can make that happen?
Oh yeah, I mean I think he's got 14 goals already this year or something like that. I think he leads the league in goals, and he's just playing like prime Ovi, Ovi does. So it's not skipping a beat. He just looks energized on the ice. So hopefully that's nothing too serious. It was knee on knee action. That's why he's hurt right now. Obviously that could be really bad, but right now it's just week to week. Hopefully it's not super swollen, and then they're like, hey, there is a torn ligament or something, but hopefully he's just going to be fine, and once he's back, he's playing like he was, because it was crazy. It's like he had a Hattie, and then the night after he had 2 goals, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's going to have another Hattie, and then he got hurt. So, but yeah, he's just playing amazing right now.
Yeah, and another story in regards to hockey. Yesterday, I believe it was announced that the Boston Bruins fired one head coach, Jim Montgomery. And the reason why this is so big is because before the Blues signed Drew Bannister, they were hoping that maybe during the offseason, the Bruins may fire, Jim Montgomery, but he stayed on. The Blues have been really high on him since he left them when he was one of their coaches doing, I believe it was doing Berube years, correct?
Yeah, he was the assistant coach or something.
Yeah. So he was definitely in high regard. And they were kind of wanting to wait it out before they went in and signed Drew Bannister. But now that he was available, after the Blues just signed Drew Bannister to a 2-year contract, do you see the Blues, Joe, even though they've gone through injuries, they're not playing the best right now, mainly because of injury, do you see them making some kind of weird move to say, you know what, Drew, sorry, but we got to bring in Jim?
I mean, I'd be shocked if it happened, honestly. Like I said, they just signed Bannister to the 2-year deal. I think the Bruins are idiots for firing Montgomery. His record was 140 and 20 something, or something crazy. Just because the team's starting off bad this year doesn't mean you just fire someone who's got a well over 500 record with the team. But I mean, I know there's been athletic articles saying that the Blues would probably be the most likely team but I just don't see it happening. I mean, hockey, the freaking coaches are just in and out constantly with every organization. I think there's already been 3 firings this year alone. So, but I just don't see it happening. I could see maybe the Canadians or someone getting him.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I definitely look forward to seeing if the Blues do anything, or I've been hearing the Detroit Red Wings may see about Jim Montgomery. He's, from what I understand, I mean, like you said, only lost how many games? 80 something out of
Yeah.
140 games.
Yeah, I don't even know what the actual number was. I said 20 something. It might have been like 47 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I know he's won 140.
Yeah, so he'll have a new job very soon. But definitely want to stay tuned for that. And I know that Robert Thomas just came back recently as well. I think last night.
Yeah, I
So
can't believe he came back as fast as he did.
yeah. So
Hockey players are freaks.
he's back into the fold of everything, and we'll see if the Blues can actually get a run going now that he's back. Now, I know he still has some other guys hurt, but just having him back hopefully will make a difference in regards to the rest of the year, especially when they have the upcoming Winter Classic, as we discussed during the pre-show about the jerseys that both the Blues and the Black Hawks will be wearing. They look good. I look forward to seeing them out there in the Blues whites and, like you said, the old blue and yellow colors and everything. So I look forward to it.
Yeah, it's always, no matter who's playing in those games, they're fun to watch. But obviously, when it's your team and then going up against a rival like the Blackhawks, and it's going to be in Wrigley Field, that's going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah. Most definitely. So, up next, let's get right into some college basketball, even though that is underway. And I know that both Mizzou and SLU had a slow start to their season, but they have been winning games recently. So they're just trying to find their way in regards to getting better and better each game. But in regards to football, oh, yes, we have those rankings, baby. And I know Stan would love to do this, but he's not on the show tonight. But we'll focus on the top 12. And as you can see right now, number 12, we have Boise State. And it's amazing with Boise State, Joe, because this team has, even though they're not like in a major conference, but even during the years of Tim Tebow, and this is talking about like, almost 15 years ago now, but Boise State has always found a way to just stay relevant, stay in that picture. So for them to be this deep in the college football season with, I think, maybe 2-3 games left on most team schedules, and to be in the top 12, that's a huge deal right now to be in that position. And then we have number 11, Tennessee, number 10, Georgia, number 9, Ole Miss. So you have 3 SEC teams in a row, 9, 10, and 11. And this might be a year where you might not have a lot of, surprisingly, SEC teams because you still have the SEC championship game. You got certain teams playing each other in the conference still, in their division, should I say. So it's possible you might have maybe 2 to 3 SEC teams possibly in the top 12. We shall see, because you also have to include there they go right there, Notre Dame. So just watch out for what's going to happen these next few weeks, especially with the SEC championship game and how much that can really have an effect with the top 12. Number 8, the U, Miami. Number 7, Alabama. Number 6, Notre Dame. Number 5, Tom Ackerman and his Indiana Hoosiers, Joe. I was like, okay, they ain't playing this late in the year. They ain't playing. And number 4, Penn State. Number 3, Texas. Number 2, Ohio State. And then number 1, we have Oregon, Stan's team, right there. So I do want to take note, and I am super surprised. Now, yes, I'm a homer. I love this team. But when I say, Joe, that I am super shocked to see Mizzou still ranked right now at 23. I am super shocked because usually in the past, if Mizzou did one thing wrong, you ain't gonna see them no more on the college football rankings. But they lost against South Carolina. I know South Carolina was ranked higher than them at that time, but Mizzou just had not had a good run over these last few weeks, and I thought for sure that they would be knocked off, and they're still there. So I'm shocked at that. And then you
That's
have,
where they were last week, right?
I believe they were 24 last week. But yeah, and then you have Illinois at 25. So, but yeah, so Mizzou and Illinois both in the top 25. Shouts out to them. Of course, as we discussed last week, we definitely I had higher hopes for Mizzou to be in the actual top 12, and they blew that. But for them to still be ranked, I am really surprised in regards to the ranking. But that's it right there. Let's go ahead and transition to NFL Week 11. I think I only saw maybe a little bit of the Chiefs and Bills game, in which the Chiefs are no longer undefeated. So there's no more undefeated teams in the NFL. The Bills finally got that win. Now, granted, it was regular season. It was regular season, but we'll see what happens in the postseason. It definitely counts.
It
And
always seems to come down to like the Bills with the Chiefs, you know.
yeah. And now, with that being said, bro, and I know you don't follow football as much like you would, baseball and hockey, but with that game that the Bills had and the quarterback, do you feel that he put himself in a position to maybe win MVP after his play, Josh Allen's play against the Chiefs?
I think he's always up there, year in and year out in the consideration. I mean, he's definitely going to get some votes. You know, if you take down, you take down the Chiefs, to get them their first L of the year.
And then sticking with the AFC East, that's pretty much it. Ain't no threats going on right now. AFC South, the Texans had a big win on Monday night against the Cowboys a couple days ago. They're now 7-4. They're trying to distance themselves away from the competition. In the AFC North, Pittsburgh is up 2 games right now over Baltimore. I think the Bengals are done. As much as I like the Bengals, Joe, they had the opportunity, as I brought up last week, when they faced off against Baltimore on that Thursday night game, and they didn't come through. And ever since then, I think they lost against the Chargers this past weekend as well. So yeah, it's pretty much a wrap for them. AFC West, the Chiefs, and then once again, I just brought them up, the Chargers, 7-3. Man, John Harbaugh, he just knows how to coach, man. I'm sorry, Jim Harbaugh. He just knows how to coach, and he got that team looking good right now, 7-3. And then you have the Broncos at 6-5. Anything stand out for you, Joe, in regards to the AFC side?
I was listening to 101 a little bit today, and I was actually kind of shocked about the Broncos. Like you said, I haven't paid enough attention to football like I would with baseball, but I didn't know that they were like decent this year. I know we look at this all the time, but I did not realize that. And then also the Ravens. Like, I did not expect Pittsburgh to be ahead of them by 2 games right now.
And then in the NFC, it's close, man. NFC East, the Eagles 8-2. The Commanders, I'm gonna say the other word, The Commanders are 7-4. Everyone else, they're done. NFC South is still close at this time, but the Falcons 6-5, Buccaneers 4-6, Saints 4-7. And at first, I think earlier in the year, Joe, but we was like, man, this NFC South might be pretty dangerous. But now back to reality, and you see what's going on there. NFC North, this one here, woo! Our team, the Detroit Lions, 9-1. Minnesota 8-2, Green Bay 7-3. NFC West, very close as well. Like it just takes one team in the NFC West to maybe have like a 3-game win streak, and that can win the division. That's how close it is right now. Every team is 500 or above, and Arizona only has a 1-game lead. So NFC West is definitely bringing the suspense. Anything that stands out in regards to the NFC side?
Sadly, the Rams still have a chance. That sucks. I don't like that.
Ellie?
Other than that, no. I mean, some good matchups. It should be exciting. How many weeks are left? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah, about 6 weeks left. So, and that's why I brought up this, because we have our playoff picture, and we'll be showing this for the next few weeks now. But as of right now, the top seeds in the AFC, the top seeds in both the AFC and NFC, we have the Chiefs and the Lions. Then the wild card round, 7 seed versus 2 seed in the AFC, we have the Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills. NFC side, you have the Commanders and the Eagles. Woo! Can you imagine that matchup in the first round? Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts. Oh my goodness! And then in the AFC side, 6 seed Ravens, 3rd seed Steelers. Wow. NFC side, Green Bay versus Arizona. Going back to the AFC, Chargers, 5 seed versus number 4 seed, the Texans. Woo! If it all started right now. And then you have in the NFC 5 seed, the Vikings versus 4 seed, the Falcons. And now you see on the very bottom, you have some teams in the hunt. In the AFC, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Bengals, and Jets. And then for the NFC, the Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, and the Buccaneers. So, yeah, just seeing this playoff picture, Joe, what's your thoughts?
I wouldn't mind if that's just how it is right there. Those are some fun matchups right there. Like you said, the Commanders and Eagles, that would be really fun. You got the Ravens and the Steelers, that would be really fun. Those would be some exciting Saturday afternoon and evening games.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I feel like this round is always more fun than the next round.
And I think last year was when they started off doing like a Friday game. Then you had the Saturday and Sunday. Then you had the Monday game. So we'll see how they do with the playoffs this upcoming playoff round. But something cool that was just announced recently is that Hard Knocks is going to be following the AFC North as they are marching into the playoffs. And as you saw earlier, the AFC North has been pretty good. I know that over the last few weeks, the Browns and Bengals kind of fell off. But just to see for the first time in history, normally Hard Knocks cover just 1 or 2 teams, but they're covering the whole division. So that starts on December 3rd. No, we're not getting paid by Cinemax or the Max for this, but I just want to highlight it because I think that it should be pretty good to see all 4 teams and their quest to win the division. So I think that's going to be pretty cool, and I look forward to seeing what they do in the future with other teams. Like, I'm pretty sure the NFC West would have been a good thing to follow this year. The NFC East, especially Joe, with the decline of the Cowboys, that would have been perfect for TV. To hear Jerry Jones bring up something irrelevant.
Yeah, that would have been That would have been fun to see. Oh, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry. But that is our NFL Week 11 takeaways. And let's talk about what's coming up next in regards to the schedule. So, as you see, all right, so we have the Buccaneers and the Giants on tomorrow. Cowboys at Commanders. I ain't worried about that game. A game that 49ers at Packers. That should be a very interesting game to see if the 49ers are showing that they're getting back to what they used to be, prior to Christian McCaffrey's injury, and then to see how solid the Packers are going to look as well. Another big game, Cardinals at Seahawks. And then you have Eagles at Rams, Sunday Night Football. So you got some interesting games coming up this weekend. Then you have Monday Night Football. You have the Ravens at the Chargers. The brothers are facing off, Joe. The last time they faced off against each other was when Jim Harbaugh was coaching for the 49ers. And John was still with the Ravens for the Super Bowl. That's the Super Bowl in New Orleans, in which they say Beyonce turned the lights out, in the whole dome. But got some intriguing games. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like that Monday night one. Even the Sunday night. Hopefully, the Eagles destroy the Rams.
Yeah. Yeah, so should be some pretty good matchups. Hopefully they live up to the hype. But speaking of living up to the hype, I saw this news the other day and I was like, wow, this is straight groundbreaking. But the TNT show inside the NBA, last year there was questions about if their show would be canned, if it would be no more. And not only are they back this year, but for future seasons down the line, they will be partnering up with ESPN. And this is huge because no one from the TNT / Turner / Warner Brothers production crew who helps make this show what it is right now, Joe, no one's getting fired, getting moved on. They all keep their jobs. They're going to still broadcast from their same studio. They'll still do their in-person appearances at games and the whole nine. But it will just be shown on ESPN networks. So this is a huge deal. And it had to happen, Joe. It had to happen for the game of basketball because it would have been a crime to not have Kenny, Charles, Shaq, and Ernie Johnson holding things down in a major way in regards to basketball because they do have the best studio show out there, no matter what sport it is.
I was gonna say, wasn't there like a commercial, like a farewell type of commercial to TNT? And now that's cool that they're being picked up elsewhere.
Right, because after this year, TNT would no longer have the rights to NBA basketball, and that's why everyone was worried about inside the NBA being gone. But now they reached an agreement, and just kudos. Glad that ESPN said, "Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do." I'm glad TNT and ESPN both worked things out, and they're here now. So that is pretty dope, and I look forward to seeing how things are going to be down the line. But once again, everyone's coming back. No one's getting let go, and it should be a beautiful thing for the game of basketball. So it's pretty cool right there. Pretty amazing. And also, I want to bring this up too, that LeBron James recently announced that he's going to be taking a leave off of social media because of what he and his manager, agent, Rich Paul was saying about how social media just has been going a little bit too crazy, too wild nowadays, and it's forcing him to kind of step back. Now, Joe, you laugh and you grin a little bit when I said that. So
I'm just saying, social media has been a little cray for a little bit now, not just nowadays.
Right. So my question for you is, do you feel that, not saying that he is the reason, but LeBron should look at the mirror himself because of things that he said or done on social media in the past as well?
Yeah, I mean he's been either really popular on social media or not popular at all on social media, on things he's said or his views on things, this and that. I will give him kudos. He did he said he's gonna start doing some reading some comic books again. James Gunn reached out and said I can send you some, and so he started picking up a Batman comic book. So that's cool. Kudos to you, Mr. James. But yeah, I don't know. I always just think it's funny when people are like, celebrities are just like, I'm gonna take a step back because social media has been weird lately. I mean, you're a celebrity, like you're telling me how long has LeBron been in the game? 20 something years. You're telling me now, not now, it's too much for you to handle.
Yeah, it just crazy, Like I said before, you yourself, LeBron, you the one who was like saying, "Oh yeah, my son is better than a lot of these teams in the NBA." What a lot of these players, should I say? Excuse me, in the NBA and this and that and that and that, and then your son gets out there and he's his own man, and everyone is on him. Saying he ain't this. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he sees it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously he sees it. But it's kind of like how I say with ball players and media in general. It's like if you get a 5-for-5 game in baseball, you hit 5 home runs or whatever, and you just all on talking to the press, talking on social media. Yeah, I'm the best thing since whatever, or I'm a god in this. But then you can't get in your feelings if you strike out 5 times and people are clowning you. You can't go on the media and start saying, "Oh, I can't stand these people who are just harassing players like myself." No, because you're doing the same thing. But when things don't go your way, all of a sudden it's a problem.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like even as a celebrity as big as LeBron, like you don't have to go out there and just, I'm taking a break. Just take the break, dude. Just don't go on Twitter or X for a little bit. Like you don't have to announce it to the world. It's kind of just of an attention thing to me, but it's whatever.
Yeah. Have you ever had to take a social media break? Not because of a fast season or anything, but just off of, man, you know what? It's just too much. I can't bear it right now.
I did whatever the Astro scandal thing happened because everyone was just knows I'm an Astros fan, so they would just like write things to me, So I was just like, all right, I'm a dip for a little bit. I think I even just got rid of the app altogether.
Wow.
Other than that, no. I know when me and Brendan like first got married, we're like, oh, let's just not go on our phones for like a day and just hang out and just chill, and that was that. But other than those two, no, I've never done anything crazy. If I'm not on there for a decent amount of time now, it's probably because I'm busy, or like you just had a vacation, you probably weren't on social media like you said and whatnot. But other than those situations, no.
Yeah, and when I was on vacation, man, usually I'm always on social media just trying to see what's happening, but it just felt good to not even worry about social media. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I needed a break from it or like I was going crazy, but just like you said, it was a vacation and it was meant to not watch a lot of TV and not be on my phone unless I'm taking videos and the whole nine. And speaking of which, for those who left comments and everything in regards to my birthday, thank you very much. I appreciate the love. I left the video for everyone to see as well. Just wanted to show my appreciation to everyone at the same time. But also, stay tuned because my wife and I did a vlog, and I'm going to be working on that vlog, and hopefully by next week I'll have it ready and it will be on my YouTube page on Smoooth Productions. I'll leave the link on every other social media platform, but it will be on YouTube, Smoooth Productions, y'all. Smooth at 3 O's, and it'll be a nice lengthy vlog from our journey from leaving the house at 2 a.m. going to the airport and traveling from different places and arriving to Jamaica and what we did in Jamaica as well. So definitely stay tuned for the vlog. Should be pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, sounds cool. And you always put together some pretty cool videos, no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
And one last thing about the social media thing is sometimes it feels good and healthy. Like we're always like I'm doing the show on my phone right now. It's just we're all the time just looking at our phones. So whenever you do have the chance to just get a little bit of a break, it feels nice and refreshing. So if that's what LeBron needs, then that's what he needs. But I just don't think you have to post it for your millions and millions of viewers to see, like, and comment on.
Yeah. Yep. And usually in the past, once it's playoff time, that's when he'll go ahead and take his social media break. They call it like 0 Dark 23. I think that's what they call it, whatever. But for him to do it so early in the year, I think number one, it has to be in regards to his son. That's what I'm thinking number one is. He probably won't say it because he don't want to give the haters that much energy and light. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the number one reason why, because he just tired of seeing all the hate that his son is getting at this time. But that's the world of social media right now.
And I get it. I wouldn't want to see anyone hate on me all the time, but I'm also not a very famous person. Like usually, like I feel like famous people, especially when you're that big, known all around the world, that it comes with the territory. I mean, he's been doing this since he was a teenager, so you would think at some point he's got more than just one kid, and he's been through a lot, so I just comes with the territory.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and transition to some baseball. There's been some awards that has been given out so far over the last few days, Joe Bo. I do want to talk about one in particular locally, that it was announced that Ryan Helsley run reliever of the year. So that's a cool honor for him, especially now that he may not be a Cardinal in the future. But he has a very interesting story because, of course, he first started off as wanting to be a starting pitcher. But then he went to the bullpen, and his biggest issue was durability. Because remember that 1 year, it was like if you try to pitch him 2 games in a row, he wasn't going. He'll try to do it, but it just wasn't successful, or he'll get injured. The whole nine. Then of course last year he was the best thing out there. You put him out there, and But what Marmol did, this was shocking too. Marmol received a 3rd place vote in Manager of the Year. Could you believe that, Joe?
I think it's because of how well he managed the bullpen all year. Not just Helsley, but everyone. He may not have managed the team as a whole perfectly, but I mean, as much as we hate that we still didn't make the playoffs last year and this and that, we did make a big upgrade in the win column. Like we lost 91 games in 2023. That's I can't remember a time that's happened since I've been, knowledgeable to baseball. But and then and everyone, praises how well he managed that bullpen all year, with JoJo and Helsley and Kittredge. Those were the big 3. Then you had guys like Ryan Fernandez come up out of nowhere. He managed it well. I don't like giving, tipping my cap to people I'm not a big fan of, but credit him where he did his job the right way.
Yeah. And then going back to Helsley, Marmol only used him pretty much when it was time for a save situation, or if it was if you were the home team and you're you're the away team and it's tie game going to the top of the ninth, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Certain situations he would only put Helsley in. He wouldn't just put him in the 8th inning or 7th inning to stop a run. he would usually keep him until the ninth inning when it was go time. And when he was on, I think he had maybe one blown save, if that, Joe.
Yeah, he was not unhittable because he did give up his hits and runs and whatnot, but yeah,
Right.
he was almost perfect. And sitting here talking about Marmol and then Helsley I wonder if the Cardinals did make the playoffs last year, if how he would have used him in the playoffs, because everyone uses their relievers and their big time closers so much earlier than the ninth inning, in the playoffs, especially like later in the playoffs. I obviously it's hindsight now, but like I really want to know, would he have continued to do what he did in the in the playoffs that he did in the regular season with the big three and Ryan Helsley? But just curious now that we're talking about it.
Yeah. So, but once again, congratulations to Ryan Helsley. Once again, he may not be around too much longer as the Cardinal. We shall see. But other news, other awards, going back to Manager of the Year from the Guardians. You have Stephen Vogt.
Yeah, Stephen Vogt.
He just retired like 2 years ago from the A's, and now Manager of the Year for the Guardians. And then you have from the Milwaukee Brewers, who I don't think no one saw this coming. I know I didn't. Pat Murphy. What an incredible job he did with that team. Now the issue is that Milwaukee is like an amazing regular season team, but when they get to the playoffs, they just can't get over the hump. But regular season, they over the last few years, you can really say, and it does suck to say this, and I'm gonna have to clip this, but it's been their division.
Yep, it is. I mean, there's no denying it. They do things like the Rays kind of do. They like a couple of years ago they traded Josh Hader, and then their all-star closer, and then last offseason they traded Corbin Burns, one of the best pitchers in baseball, to the Baltimore Orioles, and they got DL Hall and Joey Ortiz back. And Joey Ortiz was a huge part of that team this past year. If they don't bring Adames back, he's probably going to be their starting shortstop, and he will probably be an amazing, just amazing takeover, exactly how Adames left off. I know the guys from Talking Baseball say he'll probably be a 7-WAR player next year, because that's just the Brewers just know how to do things like that, like the Rays. That's the best way to describe them, because they produce players, and their pitching's amazing all the time, and they lose people and trade people, and they still keep it going. I don't know how, but they just keep doing it. But with Pat Murphy taking over, when all of Wisconsin was so mad that Craig Counsell left and went to the Cubs, on like the biggest contract for a manager ever, and then Pat Murphy takes over, and he, goes on, gets them to the, I guess, was it the division series, and was it the division series or the wild card round? I think it was the wild card round. Yeah, wild card round. And to do it with not many well-known players and well-known players in the rotation. So, congrats to him.
Yeah. And then let's go to the next award winners. We have Rookie of the Years, and we go, Rookie of the Year. So AL, you have, is that Louis Gill?
Yeah, Luis Gill.
And then Paul Skeens. Now I had the opportunity to see Paul Skeens play in Busch Stadium, his first game that he played against the Cardinals, and he was dominating until we did score some runs and we actually won the game. But I think he was like pitching a no-hitter until like the sixth inning of that game. I'm like, man, this dude's off the chain. And I think we were like the only team in baseball, Joe, that beat him twice.
Yeah, go figure, right?
Right.
Can't hit a bad lefty to save our lives, but we can score a couple here and there off of Paul Skeens. I think the AL Rookie of the Years were, like, obviously I think everyone was agreeing on Paul Skeens, but Jackson Merrill with the Padres, I mean, that guy was unbelievable from spring training until the end of the year. So, I mean, that that's probably a little bit of controversy. And then also, I think Colton Cowser should have won the AL Rookie of the Year, not Luis Heel. But I mean, Heel still had a really good year as well. But I just thought Colton Cowser probably should have won that one.
Now, some folks were saying that Mason Wynn should have got better consideration. Do you feel that he was slighted at all? I personally don't, but do you feel that he was?
No, I mean, I'm sure he got a vote here and there, but I mean, Paul Skeens, Jackson Churio, and Jackson Merrill. I mean, those were the guys. Churio didn't start off well, but he picked it up and he ended really well, even in the playoffs. Well, obviously the votes are in before the playoffs, but still, I mean, those three right there. I mean, Imanaga was probably, I didn't see the fourth and fifth and whatnot, but I'm sure Imanaga was up there. And I'm sure Mason Wynn was up there. Everyone knows who Mason Wynn is now, though, in the game. And I will say that. He wasn't the Rookie of the Year, but the league knows that, hey, we should probably hustle down the line. And, he's a good ball player. He's got all the tools. He can swipe a bag, he can hit the ball the other way, and he can pull it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. So, congratulations on the Rookie of the Years for the Rookie of the Year for AL and the NL. And it was just announced not too long ago. Our Cy Young winners, the Tariq Skubal and then Chris Sale in the NL. Talk about these two pitchers, Joe.
Yeah, I'll do Chris Sale first. I mean, I think he also won NL Comeback Player of the Year. With Boston, he did win a World Series, but he had some rough years with injuries. I think everyone could have guessed that he was going to go to the Braves and they were going to fix him to be the old Chris Sale. And they definitely did that because he was nasty. I'm surprised he didn't win unanimously. But, yeah, he won with the Braves. And then for the AL, you got I don't know if my speakers are messing up, but Tarek Skubal, I mean, this guy, he's and obviously Lane Thomas got him there at the end in the playoffs, but Tarek Skubal has just been absolutely filthy all year long. He's a stud, and he's going to be anchoring down that rotation for years to come because, yeah, he's just almost unhittable. And I wonder when's the last time there's been two lefties to win the Cy Young.
That's a good question. I'm about
Yeah.
to find that out.
Yeah, but I mean, all these guys, Skubal did win unanimously, but yeah, it's just these guys were definitely deserving. I know in the NL, it was also between Zach Wheeler and Paul Skeens. Skeens came in third. In the AL, I don't remember who the other two options were, but I mean, it doesn't even. I'm sure Corbin Burns was up there, but Skubal was just amazing.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that we'll have the MVP winners maybe tomorrow. So
we already know who they'll be. It's going to be Ohtani and Aaron Judge.
But some people was like, well, Lindor, he kind of came in late, with the great run.
Oh, no, he did for sure, but I mean, it's Ohtani at 50-50 season. And then I will say the only thing with the AL is I do think Judge is going to win it, but with the New York voters and whatnot, Soto's on there too. So, like, will they split the votes between those two and then...
And then Bobby Witt wins.
And then Bobby Witt, because, I mean, Bobby Witt, I know he didn't hit 50 homers, but I mean, he still had 30, I believe, and I think he had a 30-30-30 season. He's definitely the best shortstop in baseball right now, and probably will be for a little bit. So who knows? I'm sure it'll be Judge and Ohtani, but that'd be something to keep an eye out tomorrow. With two Yankees guys. Who are the Yankees without Judge? Who are the Yankees without Soto? And maybe they'll split those votes, and Bobby comes in and gets that award.
Now I think about it, didn't that happen with Waino and Chris Carpenter, that they were both so good that they split the votes and then they gave it to like Tim Lincecum?
Yeah, there was a pitching one with us and an MVP one. I think there was like Edmonds and Pujols or something as well. Something like that happened, and I'm curious because those are name drops: Randy Johnson and Barry Zito. Barry Zito was my guy. What was I saying? Oh, I remember it was Jim Edmonds, I think, and Albert Pujols, and obviously we're just in the middle of the country, but I wonder how that would be, in a big market like New York. So I guess we'll wait and see. I think that is tomorrow, though.
Yep, we shall see. But with that being said, Jobo, in about an hour and some change, that is our show.
Okay. Get to go to bed early tonight.
Yeah, buddy. So I hope that you all have enjoyed the show. Once again, I'm still trying to come back to the States, and I'm still my mind still wants to be in Jamaica, man. But once again, thanks for everyone who showed me love, showed us love throughout the whole vacation, and tuned in to watch the Platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure y'all go ahead and share this stream, share our pages across social media, and also you can scan that QR code on the top right so you can be in touch with everything related to Smoooth Productions, y'all. From the Platform Sports Talk Show to Smoooth Conversations. Even if you need some apparel in regards to some customized shirts, t-shirts, tank tops, working on getting some caps and everything down the line. So you need some customized hoodies. It's cold out there now. Get at me, scan the QR code, and say Smoooth Productions as a contact, and you'll be good to go. But also, follow us on Facebook, on the X, on YouTube, Joe. They can subscribe and click on that
bell,
because anytime we go live,
y'all will be notified.
There we go. Also, we on Instagram at Platform Sports Talk. Shoot us an email, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. This show will be archived on Facebook, on the X, on YouTube, and we also on Hot 365 Radio, where it is always hot. You can go to the website, hot365radio.com, or just go to iOS or Android device, go to the Play Store and put in Hot 365 Radio. You have Ladies Night every first Wednesday of the month and the Man Cave every last Wednesday of the month. And in December, it's back. Dun, 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 dun. The Super Show. Yo. Ladies Night, Man Cave, the crews come together. Should be some magical 2 nights and should be fun. Look forward to hopefully having everyone be a part of that. Also, Smoooth Conversations, Smoooth the 3 O's, y'all. YouTube, go there as well. Once you leave this page or leave our stream, go on to Smoooth Conversations on YouTube, subscribe as well, and enjoy the archives of shows that I have and the show that I have coming up this Friday as well. So, whole lot going on. It's going to be fun, and I look forward to another edition of the Platform Sports Talk Show next Wednesday with the Man Cave and the fellas taking over where anything can go down. It is the Platform Sports Talk Show. It's your boy Smoooth along with
Joe.
Y'all have a great rest of y'all evening, and we out this thing.